we have a dignitary who has not only contributed immensely to the field of science and technology, but also to nation building. Regarded as the father of BrahMos with an illustrious career spanning 4 decades of association with Indian Space Research Organization, Defense Research and Development Organization, and Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, where he shouldered responsibilities with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, this eminent personality, dear students, stands as a beacon of inspiration for budding engineers like you. It is our privilege that Padma Bhushan A.S. Pillai is here with us today to share his invaluable knowledge and experience. I request Ms. Radhika Bhandari, Operations Coordinator, Indus University, to extend a floral welcome to our esteemed guest. That this message of his should be read out today. And I quote, "Welcome Padma Bhushan A.S. Pillai to Indus University. It is both an honor and a privilege to have you in our midst. I am very pleased to know that our students and faculty members will be the beneficiaries of your words of wisdom and will imbibe lessons from your rich experience. Your accomplishments are a great source of motivation for all of us to strive harder to accomplish where sky is the limit. I hope you have a pleasant experience at Indus University." Unquote. I now request Dr. Shashi Tandon, Dean Academics, Indus University, to introduce Dr. A.S. Pillai to the audience.
Good morning to all. It's a great honor and privilege for Indus University to have with us Padma Bhushan A.S. Pillai. Welcome, sir. Dr. Pillai is an exceptional scientist who currently serves as Honorary Distinguished Professor at ISRO and an Honorary Professor at IIT Delhi and a Visiting Professor at IISc Bangalore. He is the President of Management Associates and is the Chairperson of the Board of Governors of NIT, Kurukshetra. Dr. Pillai has worked in ISRO and DRDO for the last 40 years under the great visionary leaders like Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He is a technology leader in the field of launch vehicles and guided missiles. His contributions to the successful development of SLV-3 as a core team member and evolution of PSLV configuration for ISRO have been remarkable. In DRDO, Dr. Pillai networked multiple institutions for the development of critical missile technologies, overcoming Daniel regimes, enabled realization of Agni, Prithvi, Nar, and Akash missiles under the IGM-DP as its program director. BrahMos Aerospace is a unique joint venture, first of its kind, between India and Russia to design, develop, produce and market the most advanced supersonic cruise missile. His outstanding leadership qualities made India proud to possess the fastest, highly precise and the most potent missile BrahMos, which is now inducted in the Indian Armed Forces. BrahMos is a world leader in the family of cruise missiles, surpassing those in the developed countries. As the founder, CEO and the MD of the joint venture, Dr. Pillai is regarded as the father of BrahMos, which has become a role model for establishing joint ventures between the countries. Well known as a defense technologist in the world, Dr. Pillai has been recognized by many prestigious engineering and management institutions with fellowships. He has received many honorary doctorates from the 12 reputed universities of India and Russia, the Moscow University of Security, Defense and Law Enforcement, honored Dr. Pillai with the Order of Peter the Great and the Academician of the University. Dr. Pillai has published many papers in the international and national journals and conferences. Dr. Pillai has written many books, including The Success Mantras of BrahMos, The Path Unexplored, Revolution in Leadership, Nanoscience and Nanotechnologies for Engineering. He is the co-author with Dr. Kalam for the books Envisioning an Empowered Nation and The for change, we can do it. Dr. Pillai is a recipient of various prestigious awards, including Technology Leadership Award, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai Research Award, Organization for Industrial, Spiritual and Cultural Advancement International Award from Japan, Raja Ram Mohan Puraskar, Lokmanya Tilak Award, Performance Excellence Award from Institution of Industrial Engineering, and the most importantly, Padma Bhushan in 2002, and Padma Shri in 2002 and Padma Bhushan in 2013 by the Government of India for his contribution to aerospace and missile technologies, and Order of Friendship by the Government of Russian Federation, the highest Russian award for the foreign citizens. May I now request Dr. S.B. Sharma to invite our esteemed guest for his expert lecture. Thank you.
Padma Bhushan, Dr. A. Sivathanu Pillai, Dr. Shailesh Bhandari, Dr. Shashi Tandon, Brigadier Singh, all my head of the departments, faculty members, and my dear students. Very good morning to all of you. This is my bounden and pleasant duty to welcome Shri Sivathanu Pillai on behalf of Indus University on my personal behalf. And then I can say that we are all highly honored by his presence over here. And personally, I recall 24 years back, we received one Dr. Vikram Sarabhai Research Award together on the birthday of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai in PRF. And another coincidence that I also worked under Dr. Kalam on satellite launch vehicle SLV3 project, where I worked on telemetry, telecommand and tracking antennas, and where afterwards I think he left ISRO and joined DRDO. And that is why I am highly honored, and I am very much emotional to see Dr. Pillai over here, and I heartily welcome him over here. Kindly deliver a talk on the advances in strategic technologies breakthrough to the future. And before he begins the talk, now presently he is working on nanotechnologies. I wish that we can start MTech course in nanotechnologies under his guidance. Thank you very much.
Respected Sri Shailesh Bhandari, MD of my dear friend and Vice Chancellor Dr. Shravan, Dr. Shashi Tandon, Dean, Brigadier A.P. Singh, Registrar, heads of departments, faculty members, various students. When I see all of you very bright here, and I mean, friends, for me, I'm part of the poem. This poem was written in the 13th century by Sivathanu Pillai, very famous poet. What he says, listeners, I am born with confidence. I am born with wings. So I am not meant for crawling. I have wings. I will fly. Will fly and fly. This should be the dream of you. You are not here in the Indus University just to study and go, or to fly. What do you mean by fly? It means that you should fly, you should work hard, you should acquire good knowledge, and you should go big way in your dreams to fulfill. While going up, you will face a lot of problems. Defeat the problems. Don't succumb to problems. Defeat the problems and shine in your life. I wish all of you a great life. And not only that, when you go out, please tell you are from Indus University. You should give good name to the university. That is your job. Okay? Now I will talk about my subject. Advances in strategic technology. When we say strategic technology, there are three strategic technologies. One is nuclear, other one is space, third one is the missiles. So I am going to talk only about that. And what is the future for us? See, if you look at India, India is a great nation. All of you know, it's a great nation. 2000 years before, not now. We were the leaders. We were doing more than 80% of the trade in the world was done by India. India was the knowledge house all over the world. Our people went to all the places and spread the goodness of the country. But what happened? We attracted everybody to come to our place. First man to enter was Alexander the Great. The Humans came, then the English people and the Europeans started coming in. So we became slaves. So last 1000 years, if you see our history, we were really struggling for food. Our population increased. We didn't participate in the Industrial Revolution. So our economy came down. You see the prosperity curve. It has come down. After independence, we started growing up, galloping in economy. First major step was taken by government in 1991 to globalize India. So that gave a big boost for economy. And fortunately, information age came that time. That helped us to make services as a complement for the economy. That's how the economy progressed. But today, what is India? We are the knowledge age. We have got 600 million youth. No other country has got in the world 600 million youth. So if we have got knowledge with 600 million youth, we will be the leaders in the world. What we got earlier, all science what we say, mathematics we say, you talk about anything, it started only from India. I have got proof to tell that. We may say that the earth is round and rotates in axis, the sword axis by the European. No, it was told by Indian. Gravity, not Newton, is Indian. Like that, anything you see, Indians have told, but they did not communicate it, the whole thing properly. Now we belong to a great civilization. Now again, that green patch is coming slowly to India, and we must capture that. How do we capture that? What can capture it? Only technology can capture it. That's why all of you are technical people. See, science with application becomes technology, which is when you add value and knowledge, it gives better environment, societal prosperity, and sustainable development. Technology can affect the most fundamental changes in the ground rules of economic competitiveness and environment resulting in sustainable development. How do we do that? We need a vision. Need of the hour is we have to energize R&D and industry. Without industry, economy will not come. R&D is the input to the industry. So we need a vision for the nation to become a global leader. India should not be thinking that we should be equal to somebody. We should be equal to USA. We should not think that we should be equal to America. We should be better than, like China thinks. We should also think. So if you have to do that, there are three players. R&D departments of the government which have got large money for research and development. 13 departments are working. They should go for strong indigenous technology. Not buying from somebody, we should develop ourselves. Then academic should be very strong. World-class labs should be created with high technology research. They should create technology business incubators, develop technology so that the brain drain can invest. Then industry should work with both R&D and academy, make globally competitive product, so that wealth comes through export. Today import is more than export in India. We should reverse it. For that we are thinking of FDI. FDI should give technology, not just their product we should not make, it should give technology. Joint ventures can help us. So once you have this synergy between the three, we become knowledgeable. Then automatically nation becomes competitive, economy and military might will come. So what is required is self-reliance in technology and manufacturing in the brain requirements. Now, can we do that? If we see India, if you look at it, India has made many great things. Agriculture, 50 lakh people died out of poverty in 1942 in Bengal. In 60s, we were suffering for food. It was not available. But after the Green Revolution, we are able to push up our production. Today we are producing 260 million tons of grains. We are second largest in rice and wheat in the world. So we are coming up. We have got a second Green Revolution started now with an aim to make 400 million tons. So that we can take care of the increase in population, we will be able to feed to all people. Milk, it started in Gujarat, Namanand. It started, well, this period started as a cooperative program. It was opposed. The people at that time, they ruled. The Englishman was there as a collector. He said this bus started. He told him, what milk you are talking? Indian milk is worse than London drainage, he told him. So Varghese Kurian in his book is saying, when he heard that, he was not able to absorb that. He got wild. Then he told that collector, I will teach you a lesson. I will make you to drink Indian milk. The people who ruled us, the English people, never took Indian milk. The powder was coming from there, that what they took. But he said, I will make the Englishman drink Indian milk. Today we are the largest producer of milk in the world because of Anand, where he started this movement. Then comes power. We need 300,000 megawatt of power for our industries, but we are able to produce only 137,000 megawatts. We are very short of power. Windmill, we have done well, but we have not done well in the other areas, particularly nuclear. Now we are producing 6,780 megawatt we are producing, but we have got a big target. Solar also we have got a big target we have to meet. We have to meet our power requirement and make it surplus. And that too should be green energy we have to make, because we cannot pollute the earth. Communication we have done very well. 1 billion connections we have, and every one of you have got mobile phone. We have got supercomputers. Supercomputers refused to us. Today we have got supercomputers. We are making petaflop computers. We have become one of the giants in making supercomputers. Strategic missiles, we have thanks to Dr. Abdul Kalam. The space program is doing well. Today there is a flight. The evening there is going to be a flight of the GSL today. You will be hearing it in the evening. Pharma, we have done well. We are fourth in the world, $20 billion we are earning per year. The major gain was in the IT. IT and ITS services, we are making a revenue of $120 billion a year. So it is a big income we are getting through IT. So we are now galloping to see there is progress. Why there is progress? It is all done in mission mode. All done with great leaders. Each one has got a great leader, that's why it all came. So both are important. One is the vision, and second thing is the leadership. In a mission mode, it should be done. That's how we were successful. That means we can definitely be successful. And the whole space program was started in Ahmedabad by Dr. Sarabhai. It started in PRO and spread to the whole country. Now, you have to know some of the leaders who have made all these things. First man coming to my mind is Homi Baba. Why Homi Baba is very important and I appreciate him. He has started the nuclear program for our country. Why nuclear program is important for us? Why we should be a organized country? No? Many of you are thinking that why we should have nuclear program? You know, in the United Nations, there's a Security Council called UN Security Council. It has got 5 permanent members: USA, Russia, China, UK, and France. Why these 5 people are great people? They have got veto power. They can do anything. If America wants to go for war with Iraq, they did. Anything they can do. Only these 5 people can do, not others. So, why they got the power? Because they have got nuclear weapons. They have got ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Only these 5 countries have got. That is why they were made as members of the Security Council permanent member. This has helped our man, Baba. Why a country like India, of great civilization, why we should be a second-rate citizen? We should be a first-rate country. That means we should possess strength. Strength comes from nuclear weapon. You don't have to use it, but you have to have it. So he thought about it, and we did the test, and you know what happened. We have become nuclear weapon state today, recognized by all the world for our strength. And now we are trying to use it for our energy. India is having 1/4 of the world's reserves of thorium. It's a great input we have, thorium. Why not? If we are struggling for uranium, why not we use thorium? This is what is next attempt going on. A lot of development has been taken up, and we are now getting into the reactor for thorium. It is in Chennai. So we are now working on this thorium, and once it is successful within the next 10 years, we will become surplus in power. That is what we are trying. And another important thing is, in Ahmedabad, you have heard about IPR, Institute of Plasma Research. You heard about it. So they are doing a very important work that's called fusion research. Uranium gives power through fission. Now the future is going to be fusion. Why? By fission, your radiation is more. By fusion, radiation is contained. So if you can go for fusion, then the effect, radiation effect is minimum. That is one bigger advantage. And second advantage we have seen is the energy coming out of that is more than what we get through fission. So now what we are doing is in the fission work, fusion work has started in IPR, and we have joined with other big people, other big countries. So 9 countries have joined together, including Europe, Russia, America, China and all. So these countries are building a global reactor to develop the technology, fusion technology. This reactor is put in France, but our contribution is 10%. 6,000 crore India is contributing to develop a big plant in Europe to develop the technology. Once the technology is developed, it will be available to IPR, and we are going to have the fusion technology. Why fusion technology is required? We have found one interesting material on the moon. You see, this is the moon. Okay? We have gone to the moon. Our satellite has gone to the moon and came back. We are going to have the second launch to Chandrayaan very soon in 2018 to identify the places where helium-3 is. Helium-3 has been identified as the new material. It's a solid dust. It is available. 250 million tons, it is estimated, tons are available on the surface of the moon. So how do we bring that helium-3? And helium-3 is available only for fusion. So that is why we need fusion technology. We need to go to the moon and establish our factory. We should bring this one, then the whole world will be surplus with electrical energy. That is the idea. So this is giving an idea to you what we are planning to do in the next 20 years. Now you need rocket for that. Sound TV. British man is talking and he says the poor rocket was used first time ever in the world against the British people and British got defeated. This British man is telling. Any Indian talking about it? Any Indian knows that we are the founders of rocketry? No. That is our pity. We don't celebrate our success. Rocket was first made in India. Just a 2 kilogram wet powder, he has packed it and made with a nozzle and igniter like a rocket and attached a sword to that and launched more than 6,000 rockets against the British cavalries and defeated them because the cars are flying, you see that, when the rockets were sent. So this is a picture I have taken from British. This is the rocket was fired by Tipu Sultan. It is displayed in Woolwich Artillery Museum in London. With golden letter they were written. This rocket was used against British and British were defeated in 1792. They were written. Later in 1799, Tipu was killed and they demolished all these rocket plants and took away more than 10,000 rockets and kept it in their arsenal and fought a war with Napoleon in Waterloo and defeated Napoleon. Then they extended this range to 3 kilometers and took it on boat, on the ships and fought a war with the Americans in Henry Fort in 1812. This is the history of rocket. So if you want to get the lunar material, you need rocket. We are the founders of rocket. But we were slaves after the war. In 1962, this man came, Vikram Sarabhai. He said, we want space program in this country. All politicians in parliament mocked at him. Why space program for this country? He said, space is the only solution for the development of common people, he said. Nobody believed. Today all of you having mobile phone, all of you see 24 hours TV, you can talk to anybody, all these things are because of communication. You can see the NER, you can see GPS, you can do everything, all because of satellites. See, space today is able to help us in many ways. So he thought about it, started the space program. You know where he started the first space station? Anybody know where he started the space? Of course, PRL was the mother, but he established the space station in a place called Tumba. Have you heard about the name Tumba? There's a place near Uganda. That's the only place in the country where the magnetic equator is possible. When at the magnetic equator, when you go up in the atmosphere, you get equilibrium and correct measurements are possible. That's why he established at Tumba, and that has become an international station for rocketry. All sounding rockets are launched from Tumba. Every Wednesday launches are happening. All foreigners come and launch. So that way he started the program. Then he dreamt to make satellite launch vehicle and put going satellite in orbit. That was his dream. And the dream was fulfilled by Professor Satish Dhawan and later by Abdul Kalam and others. So from sounding rocket to the SLV-3, then we did ASLV augmented satellite launch vehicle, then PSLV, GSLV, all these things, and then went to Chandrayaan we did. We found the water, our satellite found water first time on the moon, and now our satellite is around Mars. So we have developed many satellites are in operation. We are self-reliant today in launch vehicles and satellite technology, and now applications have come in a big way. We have done the recovery, because if you send a man to the moon, we have to recover him. Recovery experiments have been done successfully. The module also has been made for 2 people to go to space. And very cost effective, we are now globally competitive space power. You see this, we have, what do you, see every time I will not do audio, just there. So what you are seeing is see, this is the lines. The PSLV. What I am trying to tell you is, we have different models. You might have heard PSLV, what is PSLV? moving this direction. So it gets all the time the sun's radiation, so solar satellite is powered, and it takes pictures of all the places on the earth because it's moving. This is called polar. This is what remote sensing. You want to identify what's on the earth. Then there is another orbit called geostationary orbit. This is over the equator, 36,000 kilometers if you put a satellite. Today we are going to put a satellite. 36,000 kilometers. When you put a satellite, at a speed, it gets synchronized to the Earth's movement. So 24 hours your TV is on with that particular place because our satellite is always beaming a particular place on the Earth. That is India. Indian satellite monitors India. So these are then the lower orbit is mainly for scientific purpose we do that, and also for defense purposes. This is the remote sensing satellite. It can do many things. The agriculture, forest, water, where water is available, you can locate it. Then land management, weather, climate management, ocean, where fish is available. Then we have got the village resource centers. I am from Kanyakumari. I belong to Kanyakumari. Our place there are the village resource centers. And our fishermen have seen him 3 a.m. he goes to that station and switch on, and he knows where the fish is. And all the people there union, all the people together go to the same place, they get good catch. And then they take their mobile phone from the ocean and talk to different people, fix the price and go to that place. People, fishermen are using our space technology very well. This is communication. You've got direct to home, television broadcasting, TV, radio networking, telemedicine, rural areas where doctors are not there, super specialty doctors are not there. Those hospitals are connected to super specialty doctors. So you can get the advice immediately. Then one new thing is coming called telesurgery. Now what is telesurgery? A doctor from Ahmedabad can operate a patient in Delhi. That is telesurgery. Doctor need not go there. He can do that operation here. So the robotic surgery and the satellite technology has combined. And recently one doctor from New York operated a patient in Paris for gallbladder removal. He did that. So that is telesurgery. Then we have got village resource centers, which I told you. Even the people who have not gone to schools, they can now know through satellite technology, the market conditions, the pricing, everything they know. And then most importantly, our weather. Cyclone coming, how do we know? Only through satellite we know cyclone coming. So now we have got, even for tsunami also, we have got now the different sensors have been put, tsunami can be predicted. Like this, many new things are coming up through the communication satellites. And next we are planning to send rover to the moon. That is to find out the different materials, including helium-3. And then we need to go for the manned flight. We have to establish the factory. So Indians will go to space. And beyond that, they will land on the moon. This is the module. This is for 2-month module. So they are being tested. So some of you can join in this process. We are in the race with the USA planning to reach there, establish the first factory in 2025. Russians are going to follow them very closely. They are trying to identify what is the area where Russians will go, where the Chinese will go. All these things are being discussed. And Indians also will go. We may go 2030, we will go. When you grow up only, then go. And you join for this one. Sunita Williams are here. And then Rakesh Sharmas are here, so you should join. So from the space, let us go to the war. You see the war. Early war is man, human centered. Then the war moved over to platform during the First World War. First airplane, first tank, you can see first warship made of steel, first submarine, how they looked. Then the Second World War, you have seen a guided missile launched by Hitler. And then you have got the nuclear bomb came. The Second World War ended with the nuclear bombing on Japan. Then military satellites started coming in, and Cold War, you have seen the nuclear missile and bombers started coming in. The world is full of nuclear weapons. Americans have got 12,000 nuclear weapons. Russians have got 12,000 nuclear weapons, equal. So they have got signed an agreement called MAD, Mutually Assured Destruction. MAD, they signed. So and then they started reducing. And still they are very, very powerful. The whole world they can destroy in 10 minutes. That is the power they have. But future war is not going to be like this. Future war is very interesting. It is going to be network. What makes it network? Cyber warfare. All software controlled warfare. War will be between satellite to satellite, missile to missile, high power microwaves, and then submarine to submarine. War is going to be in different planes, totally different and mostly autonomous and intelligent warfare. So during this warfare, we found that India has got a nuclear weapon, but we need a carrier. That means we need a long-range missile. We need. So Dr. Abdul Kalam, after completing his SL3 project, he thought he should start making missiles. So that's why he went to DRDO and made a program called Integrated Data Missile Development Program in 1983. You heard about Agni Pradhyakal? You heard, no? You heard, no? No. Agni, you are not yet. So you tell me now what Prithvi, why it is named Prithvi? Why it is named Agni? Why it is Nar? Why it is Akash? What did it tell? Did you know? Prithvi means earth. So one place of earth to another place of earth it goes. So it is called surface to surface missile. Range is 300 kilometers. Agni is a missile, long range. So to do long range, it has to go to space and come. For covering 5,000 kilometers, it has to go to 800 kilometer altitude, that means space. Then it comes back. When it comes back, at 85 kilometers, when it re-enters the atmosphere, the temperature it has to face is 3,000 degrees centigrade due to friction. So it is doing Agni Pravesh. That's why it is named Agni. This Akash is a missile, multi-target missile. There will be multiple aircraft. In the movies you have seen, the hero when he is fighting, one by one people will become. War it is not like that. War enemy is not going to send one aeroplane, oh it is destroyed, second to second like that, no. It will come, hundreds of aircraft will come, bomb and then they will go. That is called carpet bombing. And they do carpet bombing, you need hundreds of missiles to handle that. War is in Akash. So our missile Akash, which has been already inducted into the Army and Air Force, it has got a capability to go multiple simultaneously and finish off those aircrafts which is coming. That is Akash. So now is an anti-tank missile which I will tell you about. So when Abdul Kalam started this program, we are nearly 30 years behind others. Other means I am comparing with the USA because that's the country where all of us want to go now. It's a destination for us. That is why I am comparing with them. We are greater than those people. I wanted to prove it. So the 30 years because they started all the technology development after the World War. We started everything after 60s. People like Sarabhai and all came after 60s only things have started. So we are clearly there is a difference between in our technology and their technology. We are lower in technology. There is a big technology gap. But at the same time, if we want to sell any weapon to our army, they will say, is it up-to-date weapon? No, I don't want from DRDO. Let me buy from other country, you will say. Other countries just waiting to sell. Because when they sell, they make their industries to function. They get money. Our industries will die. So that is their plan. So our plan is to prove that our missile is better than their missile. How do you do that when there is a gap of 30 years and you are starting, our industries are very weakened industries. Industries are not developed. Yeah, I am talking to 83. And when we complete 10 years, they would have galloped 20 years. Because they are very powerful people. Money, industry, everything. And decision making. Our bureaucracy takes a lot of time to decide. They take quick decisions. So with this problem, how do we work? So we evolved a strategy. What is the strategy? Futuristic technology is what these people cannot think of. Second thing is, there should be some newer concepts in our design. This is what we do. Let me explain. What you are seeing is, you are seeing a missile taking off from ship. This is a ship for Navy, Army and Air Force. They are given Prithvi. Prithvi is nothing like a ballistic missile. In physics, you know, you throw a stone up. What happens? Depending on your muscle power, it goes up, then it retraces the path. This we call parabolic trajectory, correct? So parabolic path is their ballistic trajectory. So all the people in the world, when they make a missile to go, it goes like this. So when it is taken off, because of the flame, the satellite, it has got an infrared panel. It immediately catches the signature and it makes, immediately you know what is the trajectory. You can predict the trajectory, where it is going to hit. You know, Saddam Hussein, he launched Scud missiles in the Gulf War. Americans put Patriot missile, defend it, because they know where it is going to come and hit. This is the knowledge, know-how, or the capability the world has got. So we thought we should not do that. We should defeat physics. We decided we will go for maneuverable trajectory. It will go like this. That this is yaw plane. No plane means from Ahmedabad to Bombay. You want to send a missile? Don't send a missile. I'm just theoretically saying. That missile, it will not go directly. It will go to something like Rajkot, no, something like that. Or you can make it to Bhopal, like that. Till the end, enemy will not know where it goes. Like that. Similarly, you go up and down. It will confuse the enemy to the maximum. This is what we have done. First time in the world, a tragedy. When we launched in 1988, first empathy was launched on 25th February. Lot of noise started coming in from that country, no, big country. Who gave you permission to launch? The missile test you have done. Lot of shouting. Then I was asked to explain to 15 Americans who wanted to review our program. So I explained everything except this maneuverable trajectory. I didn't want to tell them. No? Because then they will understand our secret. Then they said, no, you are not designing your missiles correctly. It has got a projection. See the projection. This is a magnesium plate. You know, we wanted to buy this type of grade magnesium plate available only in USA. When we wanted to buy it, it came up to the port, their port. The industry wanted to sell. The government of USA stopped it. We didn't get it. But finally we developed ourselves and we put it. And then they criticized us, why you have put like this? Missiles should not have protrusions. Because satellite will immediately pick up. They said. But that is the one which is doing this maneuverability. That they didn't know. No? So that's how we defeated them. There are many other points in Prithvi itself, how we have made it very unique. Another example I will come to. This is the Agni. Agni is a two-stage missile. No? It goes first stage, second stage. Second stage pushes up. This is the 800 kilometer we have reached. This is the re-entry which carries the nuclear weapon. When it comes to 85 kilometer, the temperature is 3000 degrees centigrade and it's coming at 14 times faster than the sound, that hypersonic flight. So when it comes like this, the shape, if it is not good, it will get dissolved. If the material is not good, the whole thing will burn. Like this lady, no, who got burnt. Kalpana Chawla, what happened? The shuttle, she went in the space shuttle. When it came at 85 kilometer, one of the tiles, thermal protection tile, had a small crack. And then due to the crack, the whole shuttle blasted. So it should not happen to Indian. No, that Indian of course. Our Indian, it should not happen when we launch from us. So we have to develop the re-entry technology. That is why we had this Agni. And Agni, there are 5 different Agnis we have to make. Agni 1 is 700 kilometer. 700 kilometer covered. So this what you have seen is Agni 5. It goes 5,000 kilometer range. You have tested for 5,000 kilometer. And Agni 1 is 700 kilometer. It covers this entire place. This place, you know, whom I am referring. And nuclear payload of 1.5 tons. 4 or 5 Agnis will finish up their country, will not be there. The map. Another country for 5,000 kilometers, you see, within the 5,000 kilometers, they cannot wag their tail. Politically, people can wag here also our people also wagging their tail, they are also wagging their tail. That can happen politically, diplomatically. But real war, they will not exist. That is the type of capability we have built. Already, you have got everything ready. I want to assure you, we are a peaceful country now, because we are strong. Strength plus peace. When all the people came to India, we were fighting among each other. You know, Indians are very great people. One Indian is very strong. He is equal to 2 Japanese. 2 Indians equal to half Japanese. Because when 2 joints, it's finished. That is our victory. So all the 28 Rajput kings, they were fighting with each other. Everybody entered nicely inside. But now it's not like that. Now we have told the world, be careful. Now we are talking about other countries occupying other territories we are starting with. Now, very important technology too. One is the material. We have developed a very unique material called carbon copper. A technology known to only 2 countries. Today we have that total technology for the protecting any type of temperature we can protect. For the human being to go up and come back. Second technology is the shape. When we wanted to design the shape, we have got hundreds of our people came out with hundreds of designs. Then each design, we don't have, experimentally we cannot prove. We don't have a hypersonic tunnel that heating 3000 degrees to simulate and test. We didn't have any facility. So we wanted to model it through software. So through software means it is called computational fluid dynamics. We wanted to do that. So each shape, if you look at each shape, there is what 100,000 grid points. Each grid point to be analyzed. For each shape, there are hundreds of shapes. And each grid point, it was taking 9 days. It was taking 9 days for each iteration in using our computer which was available to us. So then we thought that this project is going to be taking a lot of time. So we need a supercomputer. How to get a supercomputer? So we told Dr. Abdul Kalam, you get a supercomputer. We told like that. So he was thinking how to do it. Then finally he decided to go to USA. He and Arunachala went to USA, met the defense secretary and told him, you are great people. First we have to say like that. We are simply starting something in R&D. Why don't you give a supercomputer? You are given a great XMP computer for our weather analysis. Why don't you give the similar one to us? You would like to do. So that man, that William Parry, he gave a very good lunch. At the end of lunch he told, I am planning for a very good dinner for you, but I can't give you supercomputer. So these 2 people or 2 leaders came back empty-handed. We were waiting whether they will bring the supercomputer. So they told, sorry, we are not successful. Then the young fellows, 14 young fellows joined together. They said, we will make this supercomputer. Why do you want to joined together and we got the help of one G. Venkatraman from Indira Gandhi Atomic Research Center from Calcutta. He came on deputation. With the 14 people, he started development. And he developed a machine, hypercube parallel computing system, 20 times faster than the Cray example was produced in 24 hours. It's a great, again, fellows have got great power. All misused. No? Don't misuse your power. You have got a great power. You put it like this, young minds take challenges. But without challenge, young minds don't work also. They are waiting for challenge. So challenge came, they did. And by then that process, we got a good software, we developed our own software, why Euler codes and Navier-Stokes, the Europeans and the others. We developed our VIMA, like that we started developing good codes. And we reduced the time to 5 minutes. You see, from 9 days to 5 minutes we reduced each iteration. So that is our power. You understand your power? Simplicity. You should know your power. You are the great people of this country. This is NOG. I told you I will tell you later about NOG. NOG is an anti-tank missile. It is used in the war, the desert. You know Bhuj, your place Bhuj, you know? We have done all the trials in Bhuj. I used to spend my time there. We did our trials for firing the missiles. With the assumed enemy tank, we did the firing. See, what the Americans are specialized is to send a missile directly to hit. That is the fastest. That's what they want to do. But this is very heavy. Armor is called armor. The tank has got a armor. The hull is called turret. They are very strong, 800 millimeter thick armor steel. Very strong. If a missile goes, it will hit, but nothing will happen to the tank. So Americans used to fire 25-30 missiles to make some war. That's what they were doing. Then we were thinking, what fools they are. Let us not do that. We wanted to do it in a very interesting way, innovative way. We found a man goes inside and operates. How does he go? 800 millimeter. We found there's a man bone at the top. That is only 40 millimeter thick. If you can hit that man bone, then you will be able to destroy it in one stroke. So, but that means you have to correctly know and hit it. That is why we named it NOG. NOG is Cobra. Cobra makes a trajectory like this, goes up and hits it. No, Cobra hits like this only, not at the bottom. That is why we made it NOG. And then that is one, top attack. Another thing is, what the Americans have done is, they have made a thin wire to go with the missile, to know the movement of the enemy tank. Enemy tank is not waiting for this missile to come. It is moving. When it is moving, how do you know the movement? When the missile should know, then only it will hit. So that is why they send a thin wire. And the operator is going on shifting his thermal sight. So the information on the angle goes to the missile, and the missile gets moving to the top. This is the American technology. We decided we will make it fire and forget. You go, you should do the job. So that means you have to put the brain, you should make the trajectory, you should make it to hit vertically down. This is the first time in the world I'm doing. That's what I said, you should be innovative, you should be different from others, then only you can become the leader. So that is what we did. And so airplanes find unconventional solution they found out, and you can see how they missile technology, what we training, all these technologies, what they planned, we have developed. So technology denied is technology gained. They denied, we gained the technology. Now, all done by young fellows, I want to tell you, it's not old fellows or not. All young people, because they have taken the chance. Now, this time frame, very interesting thing happened in the world. We were thinking that we have developed acne, we have got, you know everything we thought. To see that. See, in 91, the Gulf War came. Why the Gulf War came? The Saddam Hussein started occupying Kuwait. Then all other people decided to attack Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein never bothered. You know why Saddam Hussein was not bothered? He has made Iraq totally protected. American bombs cannot do anything. He will not be defeated. That was the thing. So he was very confident that nobody can defeat the Iraq. So these fellows were thinking how to defeat the Saddam Hussein. So that is why they launched a missile called cruise missile. Cruise missile is this one, Tomahawk. Comes from where? Comes from Arabian Sea. Far away. Nobody can imagine missile is coming from Arabian Sea. They fly at 30 meters, not that high. They came and destroyed all these things. They were all looking up, bomber. They finished, all of them finished by more than 500 Tomahawk missiles going down and hit. I was in USA at that time, monitoring closely the Gulf War. I was astonished. We forgot about cruise missile. So we wanted to develop these. Then we looked at the world. Cruise missiles of the world. America has got Tomahawk, very accurate. The French people they have got. But all of them are subsonic. The speed is less than the speed of sound. So we have got a thirsty, we should be the leader. We decided we will make supersonic. Supersonic means you need a good engine. So we decided to cooperate with Russians. The Russians are the only people who have developed a supersonic engine in the world for their rocketry. So we joined with them, we signed an agreement, and we wanted to go for a joint venture and made a new joint venture. This is travel in unexplored path. India 50.5, yet with Russia 49.5 ratio, $250 million. So why this ratio? Any business people are here? Have you heard of this ratio anywhere in the world? Nobody has done it. We only did it. If it is 51, our government of India will control it. If it is 50.5, it is a private sector. Money is government, not private sector. So we formed a private company between India and Russia called BrahMos with this ratio. Understood? By that you are top. India is top. India has got more than Russia. So Indian company, this Indian company we established. And putting the process top from the two countries and joint design, development, manufacture and market, mind to markets. That was our idea to develop the missile. And what is that missile can do? It can go from land, it can go from ship, it can go from submarine, it can go from silos, it can go from any platform. Any type of trajectory, 5 meter, 10 meter, 15 kilometer, anywhere it can go. It can go and give a deep strike attack behind the military camp, you can destroy. You can hit a target on the sea or on the land. Small target, big target. Anywhere in the world place, snow, mountain, desert, tropical sea, any condition. So, first of its kind in the world. Nobody has attempted this way. You will see that.
With the fury of the Brahmaputra met the grace of the Moskva, a power beyond imagination, churned out to be reckoned in the world as BrahMos. The DRDO from India and NPOM from Russia, with diverse cultural and language backgrounds, synchronized to produce synergy, which outshone the most developed nations of the world. The world watched in awe as BrahMos rose on the 12th of June, 2001, from ITR Chandipur to achieve speed 3 times faster to that of sound.
Land to sea. So this is to check the speed and accuracy. See, the middle of the ship means that the shorter distance. This is Andaman Sea to Nicobar Island, sea to land. Has to travel 300 kilometers in a memorable trajectory all bypassing all the islands. This is vertically launched. Vertically launched means you can pack from all sides. You got this is without warhead. You can destroy. First time a missile destroying a ship without warhead. Warhead is the explosive. Without explosive also you can destroy. This is from underwater. This is with warhead. You can see with warhead what happens. So this is the target, it should hit the target. This is the world bullseye. Olympic we can go. Olympic. We get gold medal.
The collaboration between the armed forces and BrahMos has ensured that the weapon system remains the best in the world, guaranteeing complete user satisfaction. Induction in Indian Army, making them the only one to possess land attack supersonic cruise missile capability.
It's a matter of great honor and pride for me on behalf of the Indian Army to receive one of the world's most potent cruise missile systems from the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces.
Today marks the commencement of deliveries to the Indian Army, which is definitely a major milestone.
Our defense minister.
India
Is a project which is
Prime Minister. Don't laugh. She's Prime Minister.
Private sector industries, industry consortium has delivered on schedule to the sprawling BrahMos integration complex. Today, BrahMos is considered a gold with a set of benchmark of futuristic operations in various strategies. Our second relationship has moved on to equal partner status. The world is all set to see an extraordinary feat of engineering, which will set standards for others to follow. The leader, BrahMos.
now thinking of hypersonic. From supersonic 3 Mach number to 7 Mach number, 7,000 km/h speed. Hypersonic. Not only that, it should come back to us. How to get finishing the airplanes. That is what is mission technology. Understood? Now look at the technologies. When you have seen all these powers we have done, what is for you? I want to give some job for you, you know. I cannot tell you of your power, then you will think, what is this fellow have done? What is for me? For you is here. India was a great nation earlier, I told you. Before 1800 years, Europeans were not there. Those times, first alloy was made in India. First alloy in the world was made in India. This you would have seen in a school textbook in the Indian Indus Valley civilization. This iron pillar is 3,000 years old in Qutub Minar in Delhi. There is no rust. Nobody knows why there is no rust on the iron. Nobody knows. This is the 5 metal investment casting first time made in the world. Before, without understanding what is investment casting, or people have done. Now only the Europeans have known what is investment casting. Rocket, I told you, you found them. So India is a great nation in technology. But what happened? We kept quiet. Industrial revolution came, the West. Nuclear came, World War II. We were slaves and we were supporting the English people, British people, our soldiers. Now again, we have got freedom. We have got everything with us. What is going to be our future? That is not. From Stone Age, we have got nuclear, bad technology age, and bad technology age. Now technology is converging. Bio, nano, info is going to make a big revolution. Like this revolution is going to make a revolution. Smart materials are going to come. You know, DNA, you might have heard, the person died many years before, but his DNA is taken and we can identify that one. That means DNA has got life. Why it has got life? It is in molecular stage. Any molecular stage has got life. Nanotechnology is molecular technology. It is in molecule size. That is why nanotechnology has become important. This might be standstill, you know. It is not still. It is moving. Nanotechnology is inside. So every object has got molecules. Molecules have molecules. So that is the one which is going to give you a big revolution on the future. So what it can do, not the examples. You see, materials will have life. Smart materials is called. Materials dancing, just keep it in dances. Then the robotics have come. Robotics and material technology is combining. Many things you can do. You can fly a combat unmanned vehicle and finish off the enemy. You don't have to go there. There are many things like soldiers. Unmanned soldiers. Then different materials, nanomaterials can be structured, fabricated into different nanosystems, and there are many applications, information technology, education, medicine, defense and security, consumer goods, energy, everybody. One example is the spine. It is a normal spine. You will see a bird spine. I'll show you. It goes to 2 kilometers. Takes a video and sends to us. People will be thinking a parrot is flying. No? You see that parrot is flying. Just come back to us. That's all. You see that try, your college can try, your university can try to make a small spine. You can fly to another university. It is a competitive to find out what they are doing. This is about the applications. You know a banyan. Banyan is made of nanomaterials. Ordinary banyan but nanomaterial. It completely gives the ECG, all details of the person is immediately transmitted to the telemetry system to the for us in the ship. To protect the ship, you give a monocoating that the corrosion doesn't come. So like that, many applications are come, which we are doing, including health, the nano-energy material storage, power storage, wearables, anything. You will have, wear a hat, the hat will give power to the music system. Through remote, that is through remote and connect. So, if the music system operates automatically. So the recent development is called biochip. Here, your nano, info and bio, all three combined. A new technology product has come called biochip. It is in the testing stage, mainly to activate the neurons. Brain has got billions of neurons, 86 billion neurons. Brain has got. So these neurons have to be activated. Then any defect in the, due to the brain problem can be solved. Parkinson. Example, Parkinson. So here what the video was not coming, the thing is, there is a person who was affected the whole left side. So he was operated and why she was put inside. And he has got a pacemaker where all his trembling, everything is got it. Pacemaker when he activates, he becomes a normal. That is the thing. I will try to say. The future is every part has to be perfect for a human being. We don't want anybody in India 1.27 billion. Everybody should be perfect. How to make it? That's the results. We take the brain, implanted sensors, then artificial vision. You can generate DNA handshake. You handshake a person, you know his DNA and you know what he is thinking. No? All these things. Then the unbreakable bones, new organs, body waste, muscles, nurses, ears, flawless skin. There are many things. Nanotechnology is creating smart materials that will replace and improve every part of the body. This is the aim. This is the target for us. We want every human being to hear, see. That is the basic requirement. Everyone to walk. This can be done. That's what we are doing. So this is the great India. But India has got a big program called Develop India Mission 2020. Dr. Kalam and others created 500 engineers have created 17 documents which gives a roadmap for India. The main things are this: agriculture, food processing, education, health, infrastructure, including rural networking, providing urban amenities in rural areas, then ICT, non-bio pollution, critical technologies development. All these things are aimed to make India's GDP to increase. From present 7, we want to reach more than 10% GDP growth rate, and people below poverty should become almost zero. That's what we should aim for. So, who can do that? Only you can do. You have got a heritage. No one in the world has got such a heritage. You have got all the resources in India. Everything is available. You have got 600 million youth. This power, use technology and knowledge, add value to operate this mission. That if you make in India program as now, to be able to fly the flag properly. The Indian flag is not flying properly. What you do? You will make it fly. Will you do it? Sound is not coming. See, this is what Brahman says to you. See the Brahman, you know? He says, success can only come to us by courageous devotion to the task lying in front of us. What we lack is perhaps courage and driving force which take what we are required. We have developed an inferiority complex. We think Indians today has got an inferiority complex. We think small about it. I think what is needed today is the destruction of that defeatist spirit. We need a spirit of victory. A spirit that will carry us to our rightful place under the sun. A spirit which can recognize that we, as inheritors of the proud civilization, are entitled to the
the weight of machineries would be much more higher. And as per my knowledge,
The gravity of moon is 1/6 of Earth. So that is the biggest advantage for us. Because you can move just like in thermometer.
no, sir, I move from our atmosphere, sir. As per my knowledge, I have heard that there should be a limit in the weight and
No problem. Neil Armstrong onwards, many people have gone. No problem. Don't worry. It is a better place. Once you go to the moon, you do not like to come back. Because water is there. Now, I believe the future. Moon is going to become the space station. If you want to launch any vehicle to Mars, the gravity being less, you need only small vehicle to go. So moon is going to become a launch pad in the future. So it's a good place to go. Don't worry. Are you ready?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ramesh Bhatt. I am from MC final year. Sir, my question is, a student have one unique idea, sort of in any technology, right? So how can a student prove or connect with you or a firm that provides his idea, a proper goal or proper vision? How can one or any student can connect with a firm or Indian arms? What do you think?
There are three ways. Number one is, each university has now have their own incubation centers. Each university, they are now starting. I don't know whether Indus University has got. So if it is not there, they should start immediately because the young students now, they are interested in startups. They don't want to go for job. They want to create job. This is the future.
Yes, sir.
So the young people are having a lot of ideas and we must encourage them. That is why we are creating incubation centers in each of the universities. These incubation centers are sponsored by industries. Suppose you go to an idea which matches with that industry requirement, what then they fund it. They fund it in the incubation center they come. And government is also willing to share their 50%. Then you develop the technology. That technology is taken by the industry, they produce it and pay royalty to the university. This is one scheme. Second scheme is, there is an innovation program of the DST, Department of Science and Technology. They get all the brilliant ideas they get and they fund directly. Through the university they fund, because directly they cannot pay to a person. But you can do that technology and it will be monitored by them. This is second scheme. Third scheme is, if suppose the technology is not say space, you can write to say ISRO. The ISRO has got a mechanism. If they find that the idea is good, then they encourage that. Or if it is near defense grid. So these departments are now waiting for ideas. So these are the three ways now young students can be influenced.
So that means, sir, I have one unique idea, so I can directly contact with ISRO.
That is not proper. You should write, you should tell this to the your dean, who are vice chancellor, who should write, who should take it. Then only the authentication comes. Otherwise, many students write to us, we don't know whether it is correct or not, just like that they, or what they do. So we don't want, so it should be challenged.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Very good proposal. Any other question?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Sir, I am Vatsal Patel from Automobile Department, 4th year. Sir, my question is, sir, we have seen the target regarding nanotechnology, but sir, to what extent have you developed in that particular field? Speaking of India, to what extent have you developed in that field?
I don't understand your question.
Sir, we have seen your targets regarding nanotechnology.
Target for nanotechnology?
Yes. So, sir, I wanted to ask that to what extent have you developed in that technology?
That's why there was an announcement by the Vice Chancellor that we want to start the M.Tech Nano Science and Technology. The idea is we have to groom people who understand that. Because the future is there. So you have to create the base you have to create. That means fundamentals should be known to the students. That's why we want to start a program. But the idea is finally products. Products can be industry oriented, or it can be health, or it can be for defense, it can be anything.
Sir, but my question was have we developed anything from nanotechnology?
That's what I showed you, so many products. The bicycle I showed you, it is from nanotechnology. You can make solar cell, energy, environment, healthcare, many things can be done. That's why I showed you. Anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Where are you?
Sir.
Where are you? Stand up.
I am Adhigati.
Sorry, sir. I didn't see.
No problem, sir. Yeah, it happens a lot. So, my name is Mariam Sheikh. I'm from AC Department, final year, and I wanted to know more about the NAG missile you said about. How does it hit the moving target? Because you said America has designed some wire kind of structure which,
Let me answer to you. This fire and forget technology means the missile should be capable of going to the trajectory and then orient itself towards the target movement. For that we have developed a seeker. Seeker is like a brain which has got the processor and on the imaging. So first seeker which we have made is of thermal image. So once the target is there, first it has taken its image. This is called imaging infrared seeker. The name is called IIR. That seeker first, once it has got the image, it traces the image only. So wherever the image goes, it moves there. That is the technique we have used. The second technique is called MMW, millimetric wave technology. That also will give the, once it is identified, then return always comes to the target. This is called millimetric wave. These are the two technologies used for tracing the target.
And so, we are the only people who have this missiles, right? So, when we're selling it to
This we have done 15 years before. Now there are other people have copied us.
So when they are not to the copy, but now when we are innovating something and then we give it to the market, then all the other countries also have such kind of missiles which can be used against.
We want to show your leaders that we should go to the market. How do you know India is not selling? India should start selling. That means you have to have a better product. Unless we have a better product, cost effective and industry produced in large numbers, we cannot be competitors. We have to prove to the world we are competitors. So that is what we should tell them. You don't afraid. We should tell them. That's why BrahMos I am telling you.
Thank you, sir.
You are all very good students. I have seen from your question, I can tell you are very intelligent guys. So you have a great future. Let me wish all of you great success in life. Thank you so much.
Indus University to deliver a vote of thanks.
service for the nation. Rarely does the opportunity present itself where we witness a glimpse